third year in a row with a new ranking video for Busch Gardens Williamsburg. SeaWorld Parks has been on a roll adding in massive new capital into their properties like clockwork. First, it was Pantheon in 2022. This year it's DarKoaster, an indoor multi-launching family roller coaster. Next year, the park is putting some much needed love into rehabbing their aero-looping roller coaster Loch Ness monster. And judging by the new attractions already slated for Busch Gardens Tampa and SeaWorld Orlando, I wouldn't be surprised if we see another major addition for the 2025 season. Before we get into this ranking video, please do me a favor by clicking on that like button, and if you are new to my channel, love roller coasters and theme parks like Busch Gardens Williamsburg, please subscribe. Number 10, Grover's Alpine Express. This is the family kiddie coaster located inside Sesame Street Forest of Fun. Being a smaller roller coaster, I was surprised how intense this ride is. Now, when I say intense, I don't mean intense, but it does push slightly more G's than I was expecting for a smaller kiddie coaster. Regardless though, if you don't have kids with you, I feel this is an easy pass. Now we come to my first and only dumpster fire. Number 9, Loch Ness Monster. If you've been following my channel for some time, it's no secret that I do not like Loch Ness Monster. I feel that the layout is okay at best, but when you add in those janky transitions, I see no reason to strap into this headache-inducing ride. Thankfully, as I mentioned earlier, Busch Gardens is revamping this attraction. Certain sections of track will be replaced with new track, hopefully providing a more pleasant riding experience. If this overhaul does prove to be successful, expect to see this roller coaster climb up in ranks over the coming years. Let's take a look at the park's middle-of-the-road roller coasters. Number 8, InvadR. So far, my ranking isn't straying too far from last year's ranking, but no worries, once we get past the bottom 3, the rest will really mix things up. InvadR is a family wooden roller coaster that offers some nice pops of airtime and laterals. The ride is on the shorter side, but it's still a decent ride that, if the line isn't too long, I can see myself hopping on for a quick go. Similar to what I said last year, this roller coaster is what I consider a middle-of-the-road kind of ride, meaning it's nothing special but also nothing horrible either, basically serving as a nice filler attraction. Also, it's a great roller coaster to ride with your kids. My daughter Braylon really likes riding this roller coaster, so this is the one ride at Busch Gardens that I know that she'll get on. Number 7, Verbolten. Some are going to hate me for having Verbolten ranked so low, but hear me out. I can appreciate the theming, drop track, 2 launches, and exciting dive off the dilapidated bridge, but there's just one thing that keeps this coaster from flying into the top 3, and that would be the rattle. Verbolten is clearly not aging well. I don't know if it's the trains or the track, but from that second launch through the ending of the ride can get really rough. It's nowhere near as rough as Loch Ness, but it's starting to become a problem. Normally, I would try to snag a few rides on Verbolten during each trip, but my last ride, it's starting to turn into a one-and-done coaster. Number 6, DarKoaster. The newest roller coaster at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. I knew going in that this was going to be a family coaster, so I had my expectations tempered. With that said though, I still think this is a solid fun ride. The theming could be better, but also much worse like Skull Mountain at Six Flags Great Adventure. The launches aren't super forceful, but still fun moments. The only real negative I can find is the operations. Within a few minutes of opening, the line for this attraction starts to back up. Every day I was at the park, DarKoaster was pushing an easy 90-minute wait or longer. To me, a wait or longer than 30 minutes is not worth it for this attraction. I'm sure the line will relax over the coming years when the new factor starts to wear off, but if you are still eager to snag a ride, I suggest rope dropping this roller coaster. Moving over to our only quote-unquote good roller coaster, number 5, Tempesto. Sure, it may be a cloned roller coaster, but these Skyrocket 2 roller coasters are still fun rides. The swing launch is the real highlight, but you can't forget about that slow 0G roll 150 feet in the air. Tempesto is forceful, it has airtime, and it's just an overall solid ride. The only negative would be the train and lap bar design. Doesn't matter how skinny you are, trying to squeeze into these super tight rows is a challenge. The comfort collars are anything but comfortable. They like to smack you right on the side of the neck or cheek during the stronger snappy maneuvers of the ride. Okay, we've reached the top 4 roller coasters at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. These 4 roller coasters are all winners in my books, elite coasters. Their ranking will shift depending on each visit. Everyone will have these picks ranked differently, but just know even if I don't have it ranked as high as you'd prefer, I still think it's a stellar ride. Number 4, Alpengeist. I remember when I first rode this roller coaster back in 2013 and didn't think much of it. I thought it was forceful, but felt the layout was somewhat boring. Well, I don't know what I was smoking because Alpengeist, just like a fine wine, continues to get better and better with each passing year. This ride really packs a punch, causing me to gray out a couple times throughout the layout. I used to complain about that snappy transition into the Cobra roll, but maybe it's just after riding it so many times, I don't notice it anymore, or I just know how to prepare for it. If you're looking for a glossy, smooth experience, sit towards the front of the train, but if you want to experience the full force that is Alpengeist, head for the back row. Number 3, Griffon. It's not the most forceful roller coaster at Busch Gardens, but it's still the most intimidating. Being situated on top of the hill, Griffon provides some of the most breathtaking views of any roller coaster in the United States. The first drop is the best moment, but that second dive after the mid-course brake run still packs a nice punch. I love how long each row is, holding a total of 10 passengers per car. If you sit on the edge, it's basically like riding on a wing coaster with nothing above or below you. Number 2, Apollo's Chariot. I will continue to say the same thing year in and year out, and that is Apollo's Chariot is not the best hypercoaster on the market, but it's a solid airtime machine that's easy to ride and a great coaster to marathon. It's not going to provide you ejector airtime that you would find on Pantheon, but instead sending you floating in your seat as you dive up and down those massive airtime hills. The queue moves pretty fast as well. Apollo's Chariot operates with 36 passenger trains, and most of the time they are running at least 2 trains. My favorite place to ride this coaster is in the very back, mostly for that excellent first drop, but don't forget about the front row, which provides some good airtime over those camelback hills. Number 1, Pantheon. We've entered a new era of roller coasters, and I think Pantheon is a great example of what to expect. The swing launch is really hot right now, especially with coasters like Top Thrill 2 opening next year. The elements are getting crazier, just take a look at the giant Outer Bank turn and zero-G stall. Pantheon is an excellent compilation of many forces and maneuvers. You love airtime? Well, Pantheon has plenty of great ejector airtime. Maybe floater or hang time sensations are your thing. No worries, just take a look at the giant vertical spike, zero-G winder, and zero-G stall inversions. Maybe you just like strong G forces pushing you into your seat. Well, it's no Alpengeist, but the launches have a nice kick, plus those G forces at the bottom of the top hat are nothing to scoff at. From the moment you leave the station until you are sitting on the brakes, Pantheon is doing something. The ride is aggressive, full of variety, and just plain fun. Well, that's going to do it for my 2023 ranking of all the roller coasters at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. As long as Busch Gardens continues to add those thrills, I'll keep pushing these ranking videos your way. Until next time, this is Extreme Thrills.